Hey, hello, and my warmest welcome to you to this amazing course on business storytelling for leaders. And by the way, my name is Matthew Thomas from India. Though I have a bunch of educational qualifications in my educational folders, the reason I think I excelled in the world of storytelling are merely two in numbers. First, my country of birth, India. India, incidentally, is considered as one of the world's greatest land of storytelling. Extensive and exhaustive epics like the Ramayana and the Mahabharata are among the most popular mythological stories that run in India. We have an adage in India here. You stand at a crossroad and turn around by 360 degrees, and in all possibilities, you might stumble upon 360 stories. Well, the second good reason, I guess, is my dad. He was an amazing storyteller, and having spent a large slice of my life with him, I guess I silently micro-mirrored a lot of his storytelling capabilities, and therefore incorporating great inspiring stories in any of my seminars or workshops was never a challenge for me. Hey you, so be rest assured for a step-by-step dive into the art and the science of storytelling. Now in this storytelling course, I intend to cover every aspect of storytelling that I use in all my business storytelling workshops that I normally run in India and across the globe. So let's start with what is a story. A story is simply a narrative account of an event or a sequence of events. It can be true or fictional, but a good story always has a core element of truth, even though if it's fiction. The message the story tells must be true. It must be consistent and authentic as well. A story adds emotions, characters, and sensory details to few simple plain facts. That is why a story grabs us, pulls us along its plot, and delivers its key message very powerfully. Humans have been telling stories for over 100,000 years now. From ancient cave paintings to the modern day digital modes of telling a story, storytelling has evolved into becoming one of the most powerful forms of communication. Evolutionary biologists, they confirm that this prolonged existence of storytelling has rewired the human brain to be predisposed to think in story terms and explain things in story structures. This has also resulted in our love for stories. So let me start with a very simple example here. Once upon a time, there was a young boy. His name was Josh. Josh was an above average student at school, yet he had a very hard time learning things by heart. No matter how hard he tried, he just could not memorize the planets of the solar system. It just did not stick in his head. One day, his teacher told him a story about all the planets. A story about how the sun was lonely and Mercury was his first friend. How Mercury fell madly in love with Venus and how planet Earth got jealous about Venus. After telling him the story, Josh was able to remember all of the planets in the right order. Why? Because of the magic of storytelling. Josh could remember the story And with that, he could remember the planets as well. That's the simplest way to bring forward the power of stories to you. Stories have always been a powerful way to communicate. Before people learned how to write, they would tell each other stories. Stories are much easier to remember than simple facts. That is why Josh from the story remembered all the planets. Also, stories are enjoyable, they stimulate your imagination, and hey, everyone has a story to tell. We all have heard the grandma stories, the moral stories, mythological stories, bedtime stories all throughout our childhood. We know real life stories from our friends and families and even the society around. We have read great books and have seen memorable movies that moved us, drove us to tears, or made us laugh out loud even. In fact, our organizations are full of stories if you look close. Stories are all around us. Our lives are nothing but a collection of stories. And that is why perhaps we all like to see movies and read books. People love stories. People are addicted to stories. Now, let me tell you that there are no fixed recipes for a story, but there are several ingredients which have proven to work for thousands of years. We will definitely cover all those ingredients that will go on to make you an amazing storyteller eventually through this course. Now that we have glanced through what is a story, let's understand as to what is storytelling. Storytelling is the art to tell stories in order to thoroughly engage an audience. The storyteller conveys a message, information, and knowledge in an engaging and an entertaining way. So, what are the tools you need to become a great storyteller? Is storytelling an art or a science? How do leaders develop this skill to gain that unfair advantage? And what are the secrets to delivering an impactful story, be it at work or at home? This course will cover them all. Not to mention that this specifically designed course on business storytelling will help you learn how business leaders can hone up this skill and bond deeply with their team that can open up the landscape of opportunities to emerge as an impactful leader. Now, who is this course for? Business leaders who are already good storytellers, or a leader who's an amateur? It wouldn't matter much. Believe me, this course will appease both of you. Now, in the first section of this course, we will quickly understand and glide through why is storytelling such a powerful mode of communication. We'll also glide through the neuroscience behind storytelling, etc. This section, in fact, will tickle the intelligent minds with facts that will deepen your yearning for becoming a great storyteller. The second section will cover all the tools and techniques needed by a leader for business storytelling. And in the third section, we will fine-tune our story presentation techniques and skills. The fourth and the final section will be with a lot of practice topics for leaders. And hey, to keep this course alive and interactive, I encourage you to take up a few topics from there that I will keep updating, and you could send me your videos across to me, and I will be happy to comment on your performance and handhold you to higher levels of expertise. More than you, I am getting impatient here to start the course right away for you. And once again, let me warmly welcome you to this life-changing storytelling course. Hey, see you in the next video.